As you can see, guys, I've got Andrew and Tony, my son, up on the roof doing repairs and getting the tin sheets on this shed finally. The seagulls have rov holes in it. We're finally getting the tin sheets on. They will get a lick of paint at some point, but I'm not worried about that for the moment. We're just getting it waterproofed. Catch you later, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, so as you can see now, they're over at the garage. The garage roof was leaking in. So what they've done, we've decided that the quickest way to fix this is to put a great big 500G visqueen sheet over the top. And as you can see, that's what they're on with now. Now, this may end up just being a temporary measure to keep the rain out, or it could end up being permanent depending on how well it works out. It will definitely keep the garage waterproof because it's really good quality visqueen. And what we're going to do is put several rows of pendants up on that roof to keep the seagulls off there as well. And hopefully that is going to stop them pecking that plastic before they do. Okay, guys, so that's just another quick update. Catch you later, bye. Okay, guys, Tony and Andrew have now gone. As you can see, they've got the tin sheets onto the shed now. Now, obviously, it's going to need a coat of paint at some point, but that's the least of my worries. They've made a cracking job of this, considering we just used old second-hand sheets. And we've got the solar panel screwed back down again on top of the sheets with all the cabling underneath the sheets that runs off to another shed for charging purposes. Absolute sterling job. Thought I'd never see the day, guys. Yeah. That is an absolute fantastic job. Finally seen it completed. I will get up with a tin of paint at some point and we'll give this a lick of paint just to tidy it up. But that's that stock loft completely waterproof again now, guys. So not only did I get that done today, again in one day those two lads have done what would take me 2 or 3 months on my own. So what else we got done, as you know, I showed you earlier that we're on with the garage roof, and they'd started doing that. Now the garage was leaking in. It wasn't massively leaking in, but it was dripping in here and there, and it was just creating puddles on the floor, small puddles, and it was just an annoyance more than anything. But as you can see, they've now got it finished, and it looks quite tidy. And we've got all of the flag streamers up there now as well. So they've got all the plastic trimmed off around the front and battened down with some laths, some old second-hand laths that I got given that was going to be burned. I simply took all the nails out of it, and you can see we've repurposed all of that, and we've got flags down both sides. Now this, I haven't seen a seagull anywhere near it since. And in theory, even if I have to replace these flags twice a year for £9, it's worth every penny. But more importantly, the entire roof is now completely sealed with visqueen. Really heavy duty, thick visqueen. I will finish the front off as well and tidy that up at some point, like guys. But yeah. So I wasn't feeling too well today. But the lads have just cracked on. I have given them a bit of a hand, taking the nails out of the lats, finding all the screws and everything for them, finding tools, passing bits of wood and things like that. But they've worked non-stop since they came up here today, guys. Andrew was here about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Tony landed about 11, and I've never stopped. But as you can see, we had to take all this guttering down, basically. So we could get at it, and then it's all been put back up even better now than it was the first time round. It's still not perfect, but it's a good job jobbed. But just so you can see, guys, this is absolutely brilliant. These are the 3 big jobs: the IBC, getting this roof covered, and getting the other stock loft covered over. 3 big jobs that doing this single-handed would have been a month or more of me fighting, trying to hold the plastic down while the wind's blowing, but with the extra pairs of hands, it just makes life so much easier. That is an absolute cracking job, that, now, guys. So I am well pleased. I'm not feeling too well, so I'll give you a quick roundup before I go, and that will be it. Catch you later, guys. Bye. Hi, guys. So it's Saturday the 13th of June 2020. As you've seen from the earlier clips there, guys, I had Andrew, my son-in-law, and my son Tony, who very kindly donated their time yet again to come up and try and get these big jobs finished off that I've been struggling with and needing to get done for quite some time. The weather's never permitted, or I've been too busy doing other things. So today I came up, I got all the birds fed and watered as usual. I got all those sorted out. Sorted out the tools and one thing and another. The tin sheets for the pigeon loft were already cut last weekend by Andrew, as you've seen in the last video, and we decided we'd crack on and try and get that done today, even if we've got nothing else done. So as a result of getting the sheets cut last week, that made things much better to give us a good early start this morning. So Tony came up slightly after myself and Andrew, and by the time I got the birds fed and watered, more or less, Tony was here. Andrew got up on the roof and started undoing the solar panel, ready to make a start. By which time Tony had arrived, I put the kettle on, made them a cuppa, sorted out all the screws and screwdrivers and things like that we needed for the job. And they duly cracked on and got on with it. It took about 2 hours in total to get all the tin sheets on, screwed down, silicone on, and the ridge put on, cut and put on the top. Great job. And then they moved over onto the garage. Andrew landed up with a half roll of visqueen this morning, and he says, "I'll do your garage." So I said, "That's a cracking job, we'll get round to that another time." Anyways, they said too, and up on the roof and rolled out the visqueen, and by the time I had a chance to turn around, they made a start. Kettle back on again. We had a lot of laths we needed to batten it down with, so I had a lot that I'd been given, but they had nails in them, one thing or another. So I went over with the grinder and started, well, I just grinded off the end of the nails rather than pulling them out. It was actually quicker to just grind the nails off. So give us some clean wood to work with. And they got the visqueen on the top. It comes down over the sheet, tucks underneath, back up to the garage it's well and down the garage wall, and then a lat screwed to the top runner from the outside to hold the visqueen down in place. And then at the 2 ends where the apexes are, we put those laths on, as you've seen, and then we put the little sticks up as well to take the flags. And that's an absolute cracking job. Just shortly after we were getting finished over there, I felt really ill. I ended up having to come over this shed here and put the fan on and sit and try and cool down, and I really didn't feel too well at all. I just felt a bit sick and weak, but yeah. I'm not sure whether it's something I've eaten or whether it's just the heat. It's probably the heat. It does wipe me out these days. I'm feeling a little bit better again now. I've got my mug of coffee. It might even just be that I haven't had enough to drink today, so I'm a bit dehydrated, because we basically just cracked on and got on with these jobs. So, only a short video today, but a really productive one. So the reason it's short is because of the amount of work we got done today. Fantastic job. That's all the big major jobs done at the allotment now. Now I can concentrate on just tidying sheds out, putting some shelving in, getting up and putting some paint on the sheets on the roof of the pigeon loft. All little jobs that don't have to be done immediately, they can be done anytime. But more importantly, I've got some space in the garage now to start tidying things from in this shed, put some shelving up and get the rest of it up on shelves, and give myself some walking space. As I said, I built myself a wall around myself. But yeah. So again, as always, a massive, massive, massive thank you to Andrew, my son-in-law, and Tony, my son, for dedicating their time to come up here and help me out with this. This is almost the allotment sorted from big job wise. Obviously, fingers crossed, nothing else goes wrong, but yeah. So now everything else is just sort of pottering and things I should be able to do on my own now. And it really has been appreciated, all the hard work over the past. So thanks, guys. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching again, as always. Any comments, put them in the sections below. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Then hit the little bell icon on the right, and that'll alert you every time we put up a new video. For now, guys, stay safe, be practical, and take care. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.